Here you are.
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order and we'll welcome everybody and we'll introduce ourselves. Start with you, Sam.
I'm Sam Carlson, County Commissioner.
Joe Dellwo, County Commissioner.
Alan Gagne, Teton County Road Soup.
Melody Markinson, Shoto Acantha.
Okay, we have minutes from January 20th.
I move to approve those minutes.
I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have minutes from February 3rd.
I would move to approve those.
I will second it. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We have no road encroachments. And we have Barca Resolution 22-13. It's the Bridge and Road Safety and Accountability Program funds. It's the new gas, well, it's not new, but it's newer than the regular gas tax. And we have to do a resolution to jump through the hoops to get the funding, so
I would move that we approve this parcel resolution.
I would second that. Any discussion?
Do we have a specific project that you're looking at this year, Joe?
Yeah, we've been doing the same thing every year. It's we've just been buying gravel or crushing gravel with it because we spend more than that on that, and it's just easy to do it for one project.
And do you know how much approximately you're going to receive?
The 2022 Barca allocation is $123,888.78.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And Joe, do you guys get that like in June or July? When
I think it's
I think it's July.
July in the
It's
new
in the
fiscal
spring.
year. Okay.
And if we don't
July
request it by October, then we can lose it, so.
Okay.
And we have a dollar match for every $20 that we get, which is not a problem, because like I said, we've just been spending it on crushing and gravel.
Okay.
Okay, that's the Barca. And now I have engineering RFP. We contracted with an engineering firm on our planning, but we have a few projects that weren't in the scope of that agreement, so I would like to go out for an RFP and we'll see what we get.
Do we need a motion for that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I would move that we proceed with that RFP.
Okay, I will second it. Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. That brings us to the Three Rivers letter of support, and they talked to you, Sam, so.
They did. They're applying for, was it which?
It's an ARPA broadband infrastructure
Yeah.
project.
And this isn't a pass-through like with the water systems that we've done for cities. This will go directly to Three Rivers and not have to pass through the
And
county.
it's from the state, so we don't have.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it just goes directly to them.
Okay,
So I would move that we send this letter.
I will second it. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Do we know how much of a grant they're applying for, Sam?
No, they didn't say how much it would be.
Or what they're going to use it for?
For expanding access to fiber optic internet connection in the
And
Gagne area.
actually, it'll be spent in Dutton. And reimburse some of the money that they had spent when the COVID shut down and the schools were done. They made sure that everybody, all the kids, had access to internet. And so they went ahead and set up houses with all of that.
In Dutton, specifically.
Yeah.
Which isn't on their, that's not part of their system, is it?
Correct, that's the one part of the county.
That's the one
not
part
on
that's
Three
been
Rivers.
left out, yeah.
Maybe I can I'll just take a picture of your letter before we leave.
Okay, yep.
Sure.
Okay, that brings us to the MLIA letter of support, and that stands for the Montana Land Information Act. It's something that Paul did. He got a grant every year. We have to ask for the grant. And it helps fund GIS training, maintenance of 911, and the addressing program for compliance. So, if I can get a motion on that,
That's so moved.
I would second it. Any further discussion?
How much is it for, Joe?
You know, they didn't put it in the letter, but it's usually around $6,000, approximately.
And is this an application to that state program, the Montana Land Information?
Yep, Paul has worked with that program every year since every year since he became planner. They've helped with the planning part of the addressing.
So GIS training, rural addressing, and 911
Yep,
within the planning department?
yes.
Within-
Yep. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, that's all we had on the agenda except for commission reports, and I'm gonna put the South Fork Bridge on the agenda for March 3rd, Mel, and I would like to get the word out that we will take written comments, phone comments, and email comments from now until March 3rd, and we plan on making a decision on how to proceed at that meeting on March 3rd. And that's all I had for commissioner comment.
Yeah, I don't have anything further.
Okay, public comment.
Public comment. Well, I haven't been here for a while, and I thought I would give the commission an update on what's happening with Greenfields Irrigation District. If you got a couple hours, I can give you guys an update.
Who are you?
We've got all day.
We enjoy that early.
All right. Well, as you know, we got elections coming up. We're going to have elections this year, and of course, Paul is going to be helping us with those elections. We got two precincts, 2 out of 5 will be up, and they're both being contested.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're going to have a good old-fashioned election, and at our annual water users meeting, which is March 16th, we encourage the commission to have somebody there.
Okay.
We're looking at maybe having a kind of a short debate, if you will. We haven't quite worked out the format yet, but we'd like to have our producers that show up get a chance to hear from the candidates, if you will.
Okay.
And I just want to bring you up on some of our activities. The $10 million bridge grant that I went after last summer, they still haven't made a decision on it.
Okay.
So the latest word I got is they're trying to figure out the impact of the infrastructure bill and how it relates to this particular funding opportunities that I pursued for the new bridge. You know, they got a lot of requests for the federal access grants, and they're trying to get everybody satisfied, and they're just trying to see how the infrastructure bill would pertain to those types of grants. So no word on the Sun River Bridge yet.
Oh, okay.
We are moving ahead with the Arnold Cooley drop replacement structure. We got a $2 million grant on that, and of course that requires a dollar for dollar match on our part, which shouldn't be a problem. The project is many millions above that, so we shouldn't have any problem with that. The penstock is on site and sitting up there at Fishkin. And we bought ourselves a 84-ton crane to help with the project. We also procured quite a few materials to help us with the transmission line, poles and wire and stuff like that. When the current administration canceled the Keystone Pipeline project, we were able to secure all those transmission components that the Canadians had
nice.
purchased for their project. So we were able to pick those up. And so that we've already moved all the poles over to our side of the state. And the wire is being moved over the next several weeks still. And we're actually working with Sun River Electric. The next 4.5 miles of transmission line is being built right now. We built 4 miles last year. So that project's moving forward. And then that's for the Arnold Cooley drop, which is a 3 megawatt facility. There's a second 3 megawatt facility at the Pishkin Inlet, and I submitted another $2 million grant on that in October, and I should expect to hear word on that at sometime in April. So those two together will share the same line, obviously, and when they're both online, it'll be good for the district. Last time I was here, we talked about ARPA funding, and through a whole bunch of rigmarole, they determined that irrigation districts didn't qualify because of the federal requirements that came attached to the money. But the state did do a $10 million set aside using ARPA funds only, that irrigation districts can only, are only allowed to go after.
Oh, okay.
So we submitted $1.5 million for the ARPA funding for 3 projects. The 2 drops that we're replacing, and as well as tunnel number 3 that collapsed last year. The roof in that tunnel, part of it collapsed. So we need to get some of that fixed. So I'm not sure where are you with all your minimum allocation and all that stuff. I'm sure it's all spoken for now. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that they did carve out $10 million for us to go after.
Okay.
So that's good. GAD is embroiled in another legal dispute. A producer is claiming that we're discriminating against his wife, a marital discrimination lawsuit. The district, as you know, was set up 100 years ago with the intent of having family farms, small family farms, and not land speculators or large corporations buying up everything. Mm-hmm. And through that, the Reclamation Reform Act established that farming operations were limited to only so many assessed acres, irrigated acres, using GID water. And as part of that reclamation law, it describes family operation as either being a single person or a married, a husband, wife, family, kids, whatever. And they look at it as an operation by operation. Well, he's this particular landowner, and his lawyer is threatening millions of dollars in damages, saying that we're discriminating because his wife should be able to buy more assessed ground because it's, somehow we treat the family as a discrimination against his wife. So it's so hopefully we're still here next year.
Well, I hope so. Yeah.
But well, you may have heard about that, so I just wanted to give you an update on that. And our commissioner meetings are second Tuesday of each month, so if you guys are in the area,
I keep thinking that I will go, and then something comes up, but I will. I would ask whose terms are up as the.
Bill Norris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, down along the Ashlot bench,
yeah.
the Sun River, and Tim Bruner.
Oh, okay.
Out east.
Yeah.
So our president and vice president are their spots are being contested.
I see. And who's running against them?
Against Bill is a gentleman named Tom Cummings.
Oh, okay.
He's a landowner but lives over closer to Augusta, but he has some land in the Ashlot bench.
Oh.
And then running against President Tim Bruner is Russ Pearson.
Oh, okay.
Russ or Ross? Sorry.
Russ.
Russ. Oh. Okay, that should be interesting, I guess, both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And the 16th is your meeting?
I'm sorry.
The 16th is your meeting?
The
water
second
meeting.
Tuesday of each month.
No, for
The annual
for the
water
annual
meeting. Yes,
meeting?
March 16th.
Okay,
I'm sorry about that.
I will come to that.
Yeah. Yep, yep.
Anything else?
Well, thank you
No, I
for
think,
the update, yeah.
I think that's all I had on my list. Do you have any questions for me?
Very informative, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad things are proceeding with those drops along the canal there.
They're very important to the
Yeah,
district.
oh, yeah.
As you know, we're faced with $75 million of upgrades over the next 20, 30 years, and we can't do it on the backs of the producers. It just financially isn't possible, and the number of grants and loan programs out there that we can go after are limited, both in number and the magnitude of the funding available. So we're taking what we did with Turnbull. You know, Turnbull was brought online in 2011, and that's a 14 megawatt combined facility, a 6 and an 8, two different turbines. The money that, you know, our investment in that was paid off in the first 4 or 5 years, and now it's just mailbox money. So we're trying to emulate that model at additional drops on our system to help produce a reliable revenue stream for the district to offset the looming costs of our replacing and modernizing our aging infrastructure. So,
Okay, any further public comment? Mel? Nothing? All right, our next meeting will be March 3rd. And I think we're ready to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
We're adjourned.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks